I'm Jordan Stolz. I'm going to the 2022 Beijing Olympics. I'm from Kewaskum, Wisconsin. I've been skating for 12 years.
Okay. How long have you been skating on this pond?
12 years.
12 years.
Wow.
2010.
So cool.
There's Dad. This won't crack.
So in the start, I'm just trying to get a good push right off the first push. No slips or anything, because that's the first push is really what sets you up for all the other ones. And trying to get a good run first 30 meters, then get down into good skating, not have any slips or anything with the feet. Then set up that first turn. If I'm on the outer, I'll try to be a bit closer to the blocks. I know it's like, even though you're going wider and you want to stay closer to the blocks to still have like a tighter, like less meters to go, but if you go too tight, it'll still mess up where the radius is of the turn and the apex, so you still have to go a bit wider. And then I just try to hit that perfect, accelerate, and when I get to the apex, kind of smooth it out a bit, sit a bit deeper, push a bit longer strokes, and then just carry out my crossovers as much as I can into the straightaway. And then go down the straightaway, have a good rhythm, and then try and get like the straightaway count set up before I enter the turn. So I want to be like 1, 2, 1, 2, and then right before I enter the turn, I want to be in my right, I want to land my left, start leaning, and then cross over into the turn. I don't want to be like 1, 2, 1, 2, and then be on my left in the straightaway, and then I have to quickly change to my right. So that's the problem I had at the Olympic trials, was I was on my left, and then I had to take 1, 2, so I missed about 2 strokes to set up that turn. Then I entered a bit early and kind of had a bit faster crossovers. I didn't quite get that G-force with the turn in the entrance, and then yeah, and then I just try and cross over. I don't really try and push, just try and maintain like my body position and just push against the ice, let the ice push me, and then when I get right to the apex, and then right as I'm going past, I'll try to like veer out just a little bit, then let all the G-force, I can push against it, and it just slingshots you all over the turn. And then yeah, just finish the straightaway, and then get to the line. Yeah.
Oh, here comes Dad.
How would you describe your height?
I think my height's really good right now. I don't think it decreases anything. I could be taller, it wouldn't hurt anything. And of course it's better to be taller on long track, you get a longer push. But yeah, it's similar to cycling. That's why I like the training for cycling a lot, because your knee comes up to your chest just like in skating, and it pushes straight down just like in skating. So
Well, it's really disappointing not to be able to go, because this could be just once in a lifetime event, and not being able to, witness some racing. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't say I'm over it, because I'm just finally grasping the fact that he's actually an Olympian and he's going. So I'm excited about that. But to think we can't be there when we've been there all the time, but just having not been able to really fully attend at the trials kind of gave us a little shot. Just kind of a little snippet of what it would be like not to be able to go. And it is heartbreaking, because it's like, yeah, what if it isn't again? And it's in China. What if something happens? And, this is the big Olympic experience. But I guess we're happy that he's on the team and that he can go. And hopefully, once they get on that plane, he'll actually be able to go there. So hopefully.
Our biggest our biggest concern is food, making sure that they, get to eat properly, proper nutrition to be able to race. That's a huge concern. And then, being able to get transportation, all that stuff. I hope they have it organized that way.
I
Chipmunk. it. Come on.
Chipmunk it.
Yeah, we're on your cheeks.
Oh,
Pack and full.
Packet full.
that's
then you
good
can
for
keep
camera, Dad.
Yeah.
How are you going to settle with your food situation in China? Have you settled into a thing of like your pre-game an hour before, 4 hours before, 8 hours before? Do you have your favorite foods?
Usually I have like rice or kefir, or maybe some couscous. Just anything that burns quickly, has a lot of carbs in it. Yeah, the main thing is just trying to get enough in me. Usually I have like a cup of rice and then a cup of couscous, and then my oatmeal for breakfast. That's usually what I have before I do any workouts or competitions. So I'll just have to time that out right when I get there.
You want to say anything? Skate fast. Stay safe.
Yeah.
Yes.
We just never ever pushed it down their throat. That was the biggest thing. You know, I mean, try to get somebody to do something they don't want to do, never is going to work. So we took them to practice, kept going with it, and they wanted to do it. So we rearranged our work schedules and all that to make it work. I'm a deputy sheriff for Washington County Sheriff's Office, and my hours are 9 p.m. to 5:30 a.m.
And I'm a dental hygienist. I work down at O'Malley Dentistry in Greenfield, and I work 3 days a week, 3 10-hour days, Monday through Wednesday. So the rest of the week I can be the chauffeur.
Answers you gave I thought was really good during the trials is that you were explaining the difference between the 500 and the 1000, and that you have the endurance to maintain that split speed on the second lap. Is that something that you've been working on, or is that some of just the talent that you have? How would you describe that ability to maintain that?
It probably just comes naturally. I'm not the most extreme fast twitch person, and I also have quite like a decent amount of endurance, so I'd say it just comes natural from cycling too. All the training we do in the summer, and yeah, just hitting the second lap, being able to carry the speed. That's where I think my biggest, I guess, advantages is being able to carry my speed. So like for 20 minutes I could probably go around 400. So I don't want to give an exact number.
400 over 20 minutes?
Mhm.
That's amazing. Okay. This is going to be really unusual. You don't turn 18 until May.
Yeah.
You won't have your coach with you. You won't have your parents with you.
Mhm.
You'll have your American teammates, but most of them are based in Salt Lake.
Yeah.
You kind of seem like an independent person anyway, but that's a tall order. What are you excited to conquer on this trip? And then what do you have questions about? Like, I wonder how that'll go.
I'll just have to see what happens really and just work with what I have. And yeah, just see what I have to do to get done what I have to for the races. And I think it should be all right. It's gonna be like, probably will be like another World Cup. I'll just be by myself. As long as I get food and I'm able to prepare for the race good, that's all that really matters. So
I have a feeling they're going to treat us all pretty well. Like, it's going to be pretty nice. But are there certain creature comforts that you'll have to have either to get a good night's sleep or noise canceling? Or is there anything that you just, it has to go with you? A good luck thing? Anything that's...
I mean, yeah, sleep. I can't sleep with noise, but let me think. As long as I'm not being like kept awake at night or bothered or having different eating hours, and just good sleep, and then just good preparation for the races. Good practice is important. If they're changing the ice times all the time, that won't be good. And if the ice conditions are good with like practice, I'm not sure how many skaters are going to be there, but if I get good practice ice, that's all I really need. So.
What? And he's got to call you immediately after he finishes his races, right?
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope they can.
Right, if there's internet.
I don't know where we'll be watching it. There's a lot of watch parties. There's a lot of places on those dates, so I'm not sure if we'll be home or at a watch party somewhere.
Yeah.
It hasn't been finalized
Trying to
yet.
organize maybe a watch party down at the Pettit Center in the Hall of Fame room and try to get a bunch of people down there. I think it'd be kind of nice on home ice to be able to watch it there.
Where you
Grab
want?
that other corner right there, Hannah, and then we'll stretch it across. Right across. Come towards me so that S is in the middle of the Alright.
Yay. Done.
I can move the floor.
You look a little happier.
Beautiful. Got it.